Well, good morning, everyone. Although not a stranger to pipeline safety conferences, just like Mr. Miller, I am a newbie to a trust conference, not only in attendance, but as a participant. So I'd like to thank Rebecca for the invite. Scott Macey with the Office of Inspector General, headquartered in Washington, D.C., with offices nationwide on the West Coast, East Coast, the Midwest. The Inspector General's Act was in 1978, so we're into our fourth decade as Inspector Generals. Our Office of Inspector General is headed up by Mr. Calvin Scoville. He's in his seventh year. That's one of the longest-standing Inspector Generals, which actually speaks volumes because the longer you stay, obviously, your work is valuable, not only to the department but also to the Congress. We have both an audit function and an investigation function. Just be glad that you have an auditor up here and not an investigator, because it wouldn't be good if there was an investigator up here speaking. Investigations is a law enforcement arm in our office that does primarily criminal investigations, not only within the department but also with the regulated entities. We report both to the department and to the Congress. We're one of the largest of the 72 Inspector Generals, about 220 in the audit arena, with a total of 380 overall. Topic areas, this isn't all inclusive, but the topic areas that we've looked at over the years in pipeline safety include integrity management. In fact, we just completed a review. The report was published last June on hazardous liquid integrity management. That second bullet is a typo. It should be operator qualifications, not operation. Control room management and state pipeline safety was a review which we just currently completed. You can see here that letter is what we call an announcement letter that begins the review. This particular review stems from a recommendation that NTSB recommended to the department, to the secretary. There were 4 recommendations. One of them was to look at the PHMSA's oversight of the State Pipeline Safety Program. We had that in our planning document, and so the department agreed that we would tackle that particular recommendation. The other 3 that were recommended to the secretary, PHMSA is taking care of that internally. It was really a top-to-bottom review of the integrity management policy, processes, and procedures. You can see there the objective is effectiveness of PHMSA's policy and processes for executing the program and also their program oversight. We are in the report writing process. We hope to have the report released before the end of the year. Why this review? Of course, I just mentioned the NTSB recommendations, but it's one of 3 reviews that we put PHMSA on notice back in October of 2010. Of course, we looked at the state pipeline safety. We completed the review of the integrity management for hazardous liquid. Of course, there's the gas transmission that it will be a future review, and also gas distribution. And then the last one there is actually a congressional mandate to look at control room management, and that's also in the planning document that we have. For this particular review, approach and methodology, how we approached to do this review. This is pretty standard. This isn't the approach and methodology is pretty standard for all program audits. We do sampling to pick who we want to review. Of course, we look at all the policies and procedures that PHMSA has, whether it's law, statute, directives, Of course, we interview their people, the higher-ups in the management chain, and the people that have the boots on the ground. And there is some tailoring that goes on in our approach and methodology. One is we had the opportunity to actually go out with the evaluators, the PHMSA evaluators, and shadow them as they were doing their state inspections. And, of course, when we're out there visiting the states, we meet with their program directors and their inspectors and discuss with them their execution of the program. For this review, we actually took PHMSA's protocols and went out to the states and did our own evaluation. And believe me, it wasn't the technical evaluation on whether or not the inspectors, the state inspectors, were doing their inspections properly, because we don't have that technical expertise. But we can look at things like training and qualifications, risk analysis, things like that. So we did a review, and we have results. And we also drill down on the documentation to support the program, to support what they provide in their certification package. And also, as part of all reviews, especially safety reviews that we do, we always reach out to the stakeholders to get their input, their concerns with the program. For this review, we spoke with Napster, also Rebecca and the trust folks. We engaged. The last slide here, and I have to apologize, because this is about as much as you're going to get as far as the results of the review. We don't, unless we've gone public with the report, we don't drill down, we don't discuss in detail results of the reviews. And like I said, we expect to or hope to have the report completed and on our website by the end of the year. But we do have some general observations on where we think the program can be improved. And the first one there is assessing states' compliance with performance factors and scoring their performance. We think there's some opportunities to improve that. And Robert, in his presentation, it looked to me like they're revisiting the guidelines, the criteria. So maybe that's a good thing. The second one there, further refining guidelines to the states for implementing the program. And the last one there is strengthening oversight of the suspension grant funds. That completes my presentation. Of course, there's information there if you care to get in touch with me, and also the OIG website where you can pull down reports on pipeline safety if you choose. Thank you.